Greece is confident it has achieved a massive cut in its debt pile. Government sources tell Al Jazeera that private creditors holding as much as 80% of its debt have agreed to accept a loss. That now makes it possible for Greece to try and urge the remaining 20% to agree as well.
Private sector creditors hold over $270 billion of Greek debt. That's more than half the total of $500 billion. They have been asked to accept losses. If more than 90% of them agree, $130 billion would be wiped off the slate. Each investor would lose more than half the original money they lent the government and also take losses on the interest that they would have made on that loan. That means that their total losses could be as much as 75%.
I think the worst is over for Greece. A successful PSI is the beginning of a new period, I would say, because uncertainty will be reduced, and uncertainty is the big enemy at this point in the Greek economy. Depositors are afraid of their money, so they have pulled it out of the banks. Investors, whether they are Greeks or foreigners, are shying away from investing.
A successful PSI also opens the flow to $130 billion in cheap money from Greece's euro area partners to keep the country afloat while it works on becoming competitive again.
Failure could have proven disastrous.
A recently leaked banker's study suggests a Greek default would lead to similar trouble in Spain and Portugal, costing $1.5 trillion.
With the $130 billion Greece will be receiving from the Eurozone and the IMF, that'll put Greece on a footing where it'll be able to manage its economy for the next couple of years. If it does create a scenario where some economic growth is created, Greece may become solvent eventually. I think that's highly unlikely, and Greece will be defaulting again in 2014 or 15.
But the bailout is not a blank check. Greece must carry out 4 years of painful reforms to its public sector and open up its economy. Should reform fatigue and elections at home stall that process, the money flow could stop. Psaropoulos, Al Jazeera, Athens.